When it comes to cooperation between our two nations, we signed an MOU between our civil aviation authorities, and we agreed to re-establish direct flights between our countries. And I'm happy to see that on the 8th of July, finally, we launched the very first flight from Almaty to Lahore. Now we are only 2 hours and a half away from each other. There are two issues that we need to address in order to boost cooperation between our countries and tap the great potential that we have between Kazakhstan and Pakistan. Namely, we have to address lack of connectivity and lack of information. With regard to lack of connectivity, I'm happy to see that we are on the right track. As I said, we launched direct flights. We need to address another issue which I mentioned, which is lack of information. Unfortunately, our peoples know little about each other. Our societies know little about the opportunities that we have in terms of developing our bilateral cooperation. When it comes to our bilateral trade or investment, I can name at least 7 areas, such as pharmaceutical industry, textile industry, sports goods, surgical instruments, agriculture, construction sector, IT sector. These are the areas that for sure will have a very promising future in terms of developing cooperation between our countries. But I always say that apart from economic cooperation, I mean that we should not be limited only to our economic ties, because when it comes to cooperation between Kazakhstan and Pakistan, it is much bigger and much deeper. We have to explore our common history, education, tourism, sports. There are so many avenues for developing cooperation. This is why I do believe that with direct flights, we will be able to explore and find even new avenues for developing interaction between our countries. On the very first flight, we brought bloggers from Kazakhstan, travel bloggers. And believe me, they were deeply impressed by the beauty of your country. Stunning nature, hospitable people, historical heritage. And they said that we will definitely be, coming back again and again. And in general, right now in Kazakhstan, there are 5 delegations from Pakistan, exploring opportunities for developing our cooperation. And on daily basis, I have talks with these people, and I hear very positive feedback, and I hear that these people want to develop cooperation between our countries. And for example, within this delegation, we have President of Faisalabad Women Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This is a very special focus for me. We want to develop cooperation between our business women in terms of so-called women empowerment initiative. So I do believe that we have a very promising future. What we need to do, the main mission of any ambassador, of any embassy, is to build bridges, as many as we can. And then people using these bridges, using these channels, they will be able to establish direct interaction, direct connections with other people, and to explore what can be done. Our people know little about Pakistan, and mainly they know negative news about floods, about terrorist attacks. But apart from that, there are a lot of good, positive news. This is why I believe that your media community should be proactive, if not aggressive. For example, in our region in Central Asia, and you should promote soft image of your beautiful country, starting from manga diplomacy, ending with sports goods, textile, surgical instruments, so on and so forth. When it comes to trade and economic cooperation in general between our countries, I must say that it should be, and it could be, as a kind of complementary cooperation. You have what we need. We have what you need. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the world. Being the largest landlocked country in the world, we need access to the warm waters. And through Pakistan, through your seaports based in Karachi, Qasim, Gwadar, we probably can have the shortest route. And developing connectivity between our countries, we will be able to have access to the warm waters and to the African markets, to the Southeast Asia countries, which are the most populous regions in the world today. And vice versa, Kazakhstan can serve as a regional hub for our Pakistani brothers and sisters. Moreover, our president several times last year and this year stressed that we need to develop our transit and export potential. And in terms of this very important task, we will be focusing on developing so-called Trans-Caspian International Transport Corridor and North-South. In terms of developing North-South International Transport Corridor, definitely Pakistan can play a crucial role. Apart from that, Kazakhstan is blessed with, rich energy resources. Oil, gas, uranium, coal, so on and so forth. And it's well known that Pakistan is, in desperate need of different types of energy resources, and we are ready to, to share what we have in our country. And this is why, again, we have to develop regional connectivity. As I said, back in 2020, we have established 3 joint working groups: joint working group on transport, joint working group on trade, and joint working group on energy. Within the framework of the joint working group on transport and regional connectivity, we are planning to organize the 2nd session this year to arrange a meeting of relevant authorities to discuss what can and should be done in terms of strengthening our connectivity, because our idea is to develop our transport routes all the way down to Karachi and Gwadar seaport. And I believe that in this term, again, CPEC can play a very crucial role, because one route which goes through Afghanistan and Uzbekistan can easily reach Peshawar. And from Peshawar, using the CPEC, we can easily reach Gwadar. So we will be, combining, connecting different infrastructural projects. This is very important. And I believe that this next year, we will have a breakthrough in this term. We are planning to organize not only their talks in Islamabad, but also their visits to Karachi and to Gwadar, to see with their own eyes what infrastructure you have developed in these 2 seaports. And then definitely, I believe that we should invest and we should buy some properties, some land in both, seaports, to have our own, facilities for, export and transit of our goods from Kazakhstan. 2 main issues that we need to address in terms of developing our cooperation in education. The first one, we have to develop the academic mobility to give our youngsters opportunity to study in both countries. And it can be done through collaboration between our universities. And another issue, maybe we have to sign an agreement on mutual recognition of degrees. It means that if a young men graduated from any university from Kazakhstan, having our diploma, coming back to Pakistan, yes, he should easily be recognized and find a job after his graduation. So this is the issue that we need to resolve. And in general, I believe that when it comes to cooperation in education, we have a lot of avenues, and we will be focusing on developing direct interaction between our universities.